the big question.
How are agents like us,
who didn't get an opportunity to invest in a franchise early,
who are spending time and money to sell homes,
building someone else's saleable asset?
How do we grow a business but still build wealth?
Have an exit strategy,
and get a piece of the pie that's not dependent
on us working more hours and every weekend?
That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer.
My name is Jay Kinder.
My name is Al Stasek.
And I'm Michael Reese. We are your hosts, and welcome to the One Big Fire podcast.
Well, we are live. One big fire. How do we put all our fires together and make one big fire? And I'm here with two friends of mine in Canada, Scott Holliday, Brian Ray. How are you guys doing today?
Great, Jay. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm coming up on that 3-year anniversary at eXp, and man, I couldn't have made a better decision. I look smarter every day, it seems like. So what I'd love to do is as you guys already know, it is exploding in Canada right now with growth. A lot of top people such as yourselves are joining the company, and I'd just like to kind of answer, just like you guys went through a process of, uncovering a little bit about eXp and why you might want to consider it. And at some point it became clear that this was the best choice, and then you made the jump. And hopefully anybody who's listening will have the opportunity to get questions answered for themselves just by hearing your story. So, talk a little bit about, where you guys have been in real estate. How long have you, moved companies many times? What's kind of been y'all's story?
Okay, well, yeah. For me, Jay, and thanks for being with us here today. Appreciate it.
Happy to do it.
Well, it's one of the things I love about eXp is how it's so easy to have people want to share and help you along and help you grow your business.
Right.
But I've been with RE/MAX for 30 years. In fact, it's the only real estate company I've ever worked for.
Wow.
And it's been a good company. They've treated me very well. And I did well. Had a good business going. Was the recipient of the RE/MAX Lifetime Achievement Award, and also a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame. And I had no intentions of moving or changing companies. In fact, I've been approached by many brokerages over the years to try to recruit me. But I always thought I was with a good company and was happy where I was. Had a good broker, treated me really well. And one day last August, a guy named Andre, who lives in Georgia, who you know,
yep,
called me. And I had met Andre from a coaching program that I was a member of.
Right.
And he gave me a shout, and he called me and he said, "Hey, Brian, I've got some really exciting news about a new real estate company that's really taking over the industry. Love to see your thoughts on it. It's the fastest growing real estate company in North America, and it's really disrupting the industry." And I didn't have any intentions of moving.
Right.
So I wasn't really that enthused about watching it. But two things. The fact that he was interested in it, because he was part of one of the most successful real estate coaching companies in North America.
Right.
And he was dealing with the top producers in the industry.
Right.
I thought, why is this guy interested in this company?
Right.
So that had me curious. And then the other thing he said was, eXp Realty is the Amazon of real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And Jay, as well as all the other agents, that the industry is really changing, especially lately, the last few years, social media and everything that's going on. I can't believe it's hard to stay on top of it. So I thought, okay, you know what? I'll give this thing a watch. So I agreed to do it, and he sent it to me. We watched it. It didn't take me very long. And I saw in that video some exciting stuff.
Right.
And when I was finished that video, he asked me what I thought, and I said, wow, like I've never seen anything like this. So he ended up inviting me to go down to Las Vegas in October to the annual conference, which I agreed to do. And I spent 3 days going down because I don't like change.
Right. 30 years. If you're 30 years of RE/MAX, that says enough, right? Like you're not going nowhere.
I had a good business going,
right.
And I didn't want to disrupt it. And,
right.
And I was really happy where I was. but I just knew I had to go down to this conference. So I did. And I checked it out, and I met the founder. I met the directors of the company. I met you, saw your presentation and other presentations. I interviewed a lot of the top producers and top agents of Remax that had jumped over, that had moved over, and other company top producers too. Talked to a lot of people, and when I was done that conference, I knew I had to go.
Right.
I didn't want to go, but I knew I had to for my future. For my business and for my financial security of me and my family, I just knew I had to do it.
Right.
And so it still took me 4 months to do it, or 3 months, I guess.
Right.
Because my broker and the company didn't want to lose me, and they tried to, discredit the eXp, the company, because, they didn't understand the model.
Right.
And thank God I had gone down to the conference, because if I wouldn't have, I probably wouldn't have moved, because I would have been too discouraged because of what was being shared with me. But I knew the stuff that was being told to me wasn't accurate, because I had learned about it.
You already knew, yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, February 28th was my last day, and I'm excited to be with eXp.
That's awesome, man. I love that. That's a great story. And I want to get into the reasons, some of the things you saw that excited you. But first, I want to ask Scott, your story. So tell kind of your story. How did it come about for you?
Yeah, for sure. Twofolds for me. I've actually got a funny story, because I actually came to Brian a year before he came to me with eXp. So it was just weird timing.
Right.
Maybe everything happens for a reason. If I would have kind of joined back then, I wouldn't have known about you. We wouldn't be on this call right now. Me and Brian wouldn't be going in the direction that we're going right now. But kind of a quick story about me. I've only been a realtor for I'm going on 4 years now, and I've always been with Remax. But I've been in sales forever, like forever, right?
Right.
So from VP of sales status to just, owning my own businesses and things like that. But, real estate is definitely a passion to me. So anyway, to go back to that story, had an awesome gentleman reach out to me. I guess it was like a year and a half ago, on the whole idea of eXp. And I was really excited. And so Brian, to me, he's like my mentor. Like, the guy's been in real estate for 30 years. He's like a Jedi with that stuff, right? And he's helped me throughout my way, kind of complement my sales ability. And he's always kind of been there. So I really, I kind of take his decisions and what he says pretty serious, right? So when I presented the idea, clearly I didn't explain it as well as Andre did. because at the time, he's like, and that's actually a really good point to understand how to really explain it properly. But when so at the time, like he just said there, he was with Remax for 30 years, wasn't looking to move. So, so time goes on. I think it was early March, Brian, that me and you started connecting on this, probably late February. And I decided to really move forward on this. To me, it was a no-brainer. And you kind of stated a lot, Jay, that when people understand the model, it makes sense. It just clicks, right? Yep. I don't think it's something that we really have to sell. It's more of just getting it in front of, just getting people the right information.
That's exactly right.
That's all it is, right? So. So yeah, here we are. So when, Brian, I seen the excitement with him, and I was like, hold on a second, Brian. A year and a half ago, I was trying to get you in this, and you're like, no, but the things that kind of hit really kind of got us interested this time around. And, there's a lot of platforms that I look at with eXp that I think just can't be touched, right? And a big part of it, when he was talking about you initially, once I started researching you a little bit, I'm like, okay, this guy sold how many houses? 500 houses a year. Yeah. Number 2 in the world. Like the type of resources that it just displays that we have in our downline is what made me really excited. So.
Right. Yeah. It's a beautiful business model. You said it exactly right. You know, if you just take the time and look at the business model with an open mind, it's really hard not to get it, right? Especially when you start to really see the opportunity and how much you're going to get help and support from so many people that actually have the ability to actually help you, right? Like that's and the time to do it too, which is another big thing. So. All right, so and first of all, so what's up, everybody? There's been a lot of people commented in. What's up, Sam? What's up, Andre, Paul, Kelly, Steve, Quentin? So appreciate you guys chiming in. And I'm curious, for those of you that are listening right now, just type in how long it was before you joined, right? So like that's a pretty typical time frame, 90 days, 90 days or 4 months or whatever the case may be. But how long did it take you guys? Because it took me a year and a half. So you actually first saw it. Scott, a year and a half prior to joining, or a year prior to joining, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
so that's it's not uncommon. And for me, it was the same thing. Somebody presented it to me. All they talked about was the stock, and my only takeaway was like, man, whatever I do, I need to include stock as a part of my business, business model in my real estate company, because we were independent at the time. So I couldn't have imagined that there was going to be something better than being independent. I don't want to pay anybody anything, right? Like that was my thought process, but I'd never seen the model, really truly explained. And that's the key. That's why we're all telling you got to spend the time to watch the video, and we'll share with you a way to watch the video and get a real clean look at the business model, so you have clarity. At least you'd have to know what you're saying no to, right? So all right. So what was it, Brian, when you saw this, the business model? Obviously, I think you did the same thing I did. I ended up going to an event. Mike always gives me a hard time. Michael Reese, my business partner for the last 15 years. He gives me a hard time because I left a birthday, my 40th birthday, climb up Mount Everest, which was called the Everest climb. It wasn't the real Mount Everest. It was in Vermont, but you climb it enough times that it's the height of Mount Everest. And I got signed up for that deal. Then I skipped it and went to eXpCon because I couldn't sleep. And I was like, I just have to do this. Like I gotta see if it's real. I gotta see who these people are that created this business model. I gotta see if I believe in it. And that was, that and you run into so many great people, when you do that, and you just realize, holy smokes, like this is where all the cool kids are, right? This is where all the best of the best in the industry are already here. Let's do this, right? So it gets exciting. But what specifically about the model, like what was, and Scott, I love what you kind of gave, seeing just in seeing the business model. I don't know why we're here, right? Everybody else hasn't maybe learned that yet, but and there's multiple reasons. It's not just one. There's multiple reasons, and we'll talk about all of them. But the alignment piece is always the icing on top, right? Like the alignment with top people that can actually help you grow your business, have tools and systems and processes to do that, and the fact that we just offer that stuff for free, right? Like that's a huge get, and oftentimes the icing on top for most people. But what was it in the business model, Brian, that you saw that got you excited, that was missing for 30 years at Remax, that you didn't have, that you saw that was like, man, this is something I should have, or I should be a part of?
Well, that's a good question. There were lots of things that I liked about the model and the value that it offers agents. And the stock awards were great. The fact that I was spending $1,000 US, which is 1,350 Canadian a month, just on the lead generation system, just on the platform.
Right.
And then over and above that, I was spending ad spend. Was a big cash flow expense for me, and that was included in the $99 tech fee, the lead generation system. So that was big. But I also saw that the cap, which is the $16,000 that you pay, it's like a desk fee for eXp.
Right.
You have the option, the ability to get that back in the form of stock. Remax never offered me that. It'd be like Remax giving me 16 grand worth of desk fee shares in their company at the end of the year.
Right.
I mean, that's a lot of money.
Right.
In real estate, there's a lot of money coming in, but there's a lot of money going out too.
Yep.
And by the time you pay your desk fees and your marketing fees, and then, hey, the tax man, it seems like there's not a lot left at the end of the year.
Right.
And time goes by really quick. And all of a sudden I'm looking 30 years in the business and I'm saying, geez, my runway's getting shorter for retirement. Do I really have enough to be able to shut it down? And I realized, geez, I'm going to be selling houses a lot longer than I ever thought I would need to.
Right.
And because of that, the biggest thing that I saw in the eXp model that was most exciting for me was the revenue share opportunity, which gives you the chance to earn residual secondary income along with what you earn in your selling houses. And if I would have had that offered to me with Remax, it would have really been a big game changer,
Right.
Because now I would have had some financial security to maybe slow down a little bit. Because there comes a time, it's a tough grind. And every agent knows it looks easy, but it's not that easy. And you got to go out and fight all day long to try to sell these houses and bring some money in. And when you have to slow down because of your age or like your situation, you really can't, because your expenses are still there. And anyway, when I saw that secondary income opportunity, I said, okay, what do I have to do to actually be able to earn that? Well, it was told to me that I had to introduce this opportunity to other agents. And I said, really? That's it? That's not hard to do, because it's the best deal out there. There's no other company that offers anything close to this.
Right.
So I thought, okay, so if I introduce other agents to this opportunity, I'm helping them. I'm adding value to them. I'm helping them build their financial security for their family, for themselves, and their retirement. Because I know I've walked that. I'm there, and that's not hard to do because I love helping people. So I said, okay, well, that's not hard to do. Let's do it. And that was the game changer for me.
Right, man. You said a lot of really, really great points. So essentially, the technology that's being provided at eXp, and I'm starting from the beginning. So the technology that was provided saved you money out of the gate, right? Oh, yeah. The 16,000 cap. You as a top producing agent, you have the ability to earn that back as in stock in a publicly traded company, which is again just for selling real estate, just for doing what you're already doing anyways, right? What would that be worth if you had that for 30 years, right? And then the last piece is the revenue share opportunity, the opportunity to introduce this to people that just aren't informed and don't know about it, and add value to their life by doing that. And if they join, you get to earn a little revenue share, passive income off of the agents that you bring in. Those are three really good reasons, right? Those are very, very good reasons.
Yeah, they are. And the thing that's really important is that people that do hear about eXp, they really need to take a look at it, because I heard about it 1.5 years ago from Scott, but I wasn't open to it. I wasn't even considering a change, and I never dug into it, never watched the video, never understood the model, so I almost missed it.
Right.
And what a tragic thing that would have been.
Right.
So thank God that Andre called me, and I actually did take the time to watch the video, and man, I got it. And most people will get it because it's the best deal out there.
Yeah, all I say is smart people get it. Smart people get it. Scott, what was it for you? So you saw it. Excuse me. You saw it twice, essentially, right? Like you had an aha moment once, and then again you saw it the second time. But what was the opportunity as you saw it?
I mean, the first time around for me, the first time I was, presented this concept, I was pretty much in. Like I said, I had that conversation.
It makes sense, right?
And that kind of squashed that, right? So I was like, okay, maybe I'll chill on that idea for a bit. But the second time around, see, I'm a really big believer in, in real estate. Marketing comes first. As a realtor, you got to be really good at marketing. And so it's a concept that agents really need to understand. So and I might look at this differently, and I might think differently than most people out there. The revenue share and all that stuff is obviously life-changing and incredible. But what really hit home with me was, I've been through all the training and things like that too, but I'm looking at agents that, maybe those agents that are doing 8 or 10 deals a year. Right now, to get those 8 or 10 agency or deals a year, and maybe there's new agents coming into the industry and things like that. It's a fact that they're going to have to, first of all, they're going to have their fees monthly. And in Canada here, I mean, what, Brian? We're ranging anywhere from $600 to $1,200, right? You want to go with the Remax logo, you're looking at $1,000, $1,100 a month for your desk fees. But to even get going, these guys, these people, girls and guys need marketing. They need a lead generation. There's no question about that.
100%.
Yeah. Like you're not gonna, you can't do one without the other. So back to what Brian was saying, one thing that really excited me was that I can build a downline now. And, I know the agents that come under me, it's going to be a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a game changer because if you're only doing 8 or 10 deals a year, what kind of impact does $1,100 a month have on you? Or man,
you're spot on.
You know what I mean? So it's like when I understood the depth of our specific downline here, working with you, Jay, and all the resources and tools that you have, it's a no-brainer. Like it's not only can agents, and me and Brian were talking about this, not only can agents, maintain annually a lot, like function a lot easier, they can thrive.
Right.
They can thrive. But now their overhead is lower. And guess what? Me and Brian were having lunch the other day. I didn't even know I capped. We're having a conversation. I'm like, holy shit, I capped. And I think I capped it for 40 days. Right. Didn't even know. Head down, grinding. And I'm like, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, there's a percentage I got it. And I'm like, what do I do now? And so now
we're losing Scott. Are you there, Brian? I'm trying to determine if it's me or if it's Scott.
No,
it oftentimes is me.
I think we lost Scott.
He's frozen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to piggyback what he was saying there because it's so important. And one of the things that you back there, Scott?
Yeah, I'm back. Was I glitching?
You froze. Yeah, you glitched a little bit, like Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So finish your thought there, and then I want to kind of piggyback what you said because it's so true.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, that was a massive driver, and that was like I seen an opportunity in that. It's like I could literally, we could literally over here build a downline where these agents are thriving. They're thriving. Right. And they're going to have all the resources, with minimal cost. Right. And if you remember, they don't teach you this when you first get your license. When I got I'm going on 4 years in real estate. My first year, Jay, I did 20 deals only because I understood the sales side. I'm a professional marketer. I mean, I've done that all my life. Right. Most of the people that come in the industry, that's where they struggle with. And so 100%. when you're a new agent and you're paying fees for, you got to realize, and I wrote some content about this the other day. It's like, I'm a real estate agent, but I'm like, first and foremost, my thing is marketing. Mm-hmm. Right. So, and it's like these agents that are kind of on that line, their first year, that's what they struggle with. Right. Because they don't have the right resources, or by the time they're, pay everything out, it's like, what are they really making? Right. Right. Most agents don't make the investment in the tools that are necessary to do exactly what you're talking about, which is you have to be able to learn how to invest dollars into marketing to acquire a customer. It seems ridiculous, but it's absolutely true. Most brokerages aren't very good at helping you solve that problem. And so you get into the real estate industry and there's really, you kind of look up and look around and there's nobody there to help you. There's nobody that has a real financial incentive to help you be successful. And so, what I experienced in coaching agents over the years and coaching tons and tons of agents, the ones that could afford coaching were already doing 20 or 30 deals a year. That's the very small percentage of the agents in the industry. And what all of those agents that came to us needed was they needed the technology in order to execute on the marketing plan,
right? So you come to us, you pay us $1,300 to $1,500 a month. Then you need to spend another $1,000 a month on a technology platform in order to do what we can show you how to do. And then you need to invest the dollars into the actual traffic source or the getting leads. And so, you're into it for, upwards of $3,000 a month before you ever, and most people didn't get into real estate with that expectation. Therefore they are out of the industry very quickly. And that's what's different about eXp. You're provided the technology platform that we all paid $700 to $1,500 a month for. Each of us all did before we were at eXp. All that's included. One of the things that I was trying to answer when I looked at eXp was I had to believe and I had to know in my heart of hearts that it was better for the agent. If it wasn't better for the agent, then this wasn't a real opportunity in my mind. It had to be better for the agent. And when I saw when you see it all together, the whole big puzzle put together, and for the first time and it clicks, you're like, holy crap, they figured it out. They figured out how to help agents be successful. And this is going to be a game changer for the real estate industry. And, a piece of this that I think a lot of people don't understand is, they think, well, I'm not a recruiter or, whatever story that they're telling themselves. We run into people every day selling real estate and they don't know about this business model, and they would all be better off there. And we know it, right? And so it's not recruiting. And the only reason the opportunity exists is because we're a cloud-based brokerage. A cloud-based brokerage. What does that mean? It means that the traditional franchise model that we've known for years. This is what makes us different. Okay. And this is for everybody listening. Like, I get super passionate about this because it's brilliant. I didn't realize that I didn't even realize when I joined how disruptive it was. I didn't even see it that clearly. We are disruptive because we disrupted the way the model has been for years. And that is franchise. We all pay fees to the top, and they share that with the person that's responsible for building that region, a regional owner. Never have owned a region, never have had the opportunity to buy one. What I've been told, they were $500,000 plus or minus to own a region. And you would go out and you would sell franchisees that go recruit agents. And that was how you were going to make money. You get a royalty off of those agents that you help build. Without bricks and mortar, being cloud-based, that was the growth mechanism in the franchise model. So how are we going to grow this company? Glenn says, we're going to make the opportunity so big that everybody's going to want to join this company. We're going to make the opportunity for you to bring an agent in from anywhere in the world, and you're going to earn revenue share off of them. And we're going to do that at such a high level, revenue share off the not profit share off of the bottom, which was brilliant when Keller Williams did that. That was a disruptor. Revenue share off the top is a major disruptor to the tune of I look at it every single day, multiple times a day. I'm like, I cannot believe this. I can't even believe what I'm seeing. Like, and I showed it to people and they're like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, tell me more. Like, that's unbelievable. How did you do that? I'm like, you won't believe it. Like, you're not going to believe me. I basically brought in 2 or 3 agents a month for the last 3 years. And then they did something, and then they did something, and they did something. And now there's like 3,500 of us. and it's crazy, but it really is. It's fascinating. If you're not looking at this closely, I just feel sorry for you. I mean, we're trying to help you.
Hey, Jay, I was driving down the freeway yesterday with my son, and a beautiful brand new white sports car just passed me. And on the license plate, it said THX, thanks, eXp.
Nice.
And it was $130,000 sports car, because I had my son Google it. What's the price of that thing? So that guy obviously got it.
Yeah, he got it.
And eXp just...
I think I know who that is. I think I might know who that is.
Well, hey, hats off to him, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is incredible, for sure. And so you guys, one of the things that we had talked about before is really, the Canadian presentation. This, a lot of the stuff that we do has kind of been US based. And I know you guys are putting together, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, so to speak, but I know there's probably people that are going to watch this and be like, well, where is that presentation so I can watch it? And so when is that going to be done? Or do you guys have a timeline for that? Or how should people reach out to you, get in touch with you guys so they can learn more about the opportunity in Canada?
Yeah, good question. We're actually in the process of rolling that out right now. We're pretty much done, right? It's just a matter of the camera crew coming in and things like that. A couple of things that have been edited, and obviously it's got to get approval, but we're there basically.
Awesome.
And what we're going to do is we're going to put like and me and Brian are very excited about this, but we're going to put out a little teaser out there so people understand where, they can contact us and things like that. But, the whole point, Jay, it's really hitting home and going back to what you said. People need to understand the concept. And once they look at the model and understand it, it really, really is a no-brainer. And that's kind of what we've hit home on this video. Obviously Canadian style too. So we want to kind of put a spin on it,
Right. Yeah.
So we're extremely excited about that. So we'll be launching that very, very soon.
Good deal. And for people that are watching this, say after the Facebook Live or on YouTube, how would you like for them to reach out to you?
Well, you can't miss me on social media. So
Right.
I'm all over. Just Scott Holliday Real Estate. You're going to see, go to my personal page. Marketing is a massive, massive big one for me. I have the luxury of working with one of what I believe, in my opinion, probably the strongest marketing company on the planet, the Listings Lab. So, I'm very close with them. And so, yeah, I'm all over social media for myself, Scott Holliday Real Estate, and you're going to get a lot of information there. So
awesome. How about you, Brian?
For me, you can go through Facebook Messenger or Brian at brianray.ca is my domain.
Awesome. Anything that we haven't shared that you want to make sure people know or should know?
Just when you're in it, I joined right before COVID hit, literally a week before COVID hit. So
good timing.
My head has been down. I've been working on my stuff, my marketing. I'm just seeing the benefits now. Like I said, I went to lunch with Brian last week. I'm like, shit, I just capped. Like I'm done capping. So to me, what that means to me as a marketer is I've got this extra money now. Guess what? I can focus and put towards marketing and increase myself even more, right? So I think, everything comes in phases. Understand the model. I think there's a lot of misinformation out there. And that's that's probably the big one. It's not a pyramid. I hear pyramid, like I kind of cringe when I hear that because it's not. It's absolutely not. It's here. It's real. eXp is not going anywhere.
No.
For the Canadian market, it's more exciting because, we're talking 10 or 11, almost 11 years in, established in a cloud base. And it's almost like all you hear now is all these brokerages are going cloud-based. No, they're not. It's not the same model. It's not even close.
It's not. Yeah.
It's not even close. So it's like people, if I can give anyone advice out there, don't listen to the misconceptions. You have to, we're not hiding anything. We're not selling this. We're literally growing our business together. That's it. The model.
That is it. One big fire. One last thing I want to ask you guys. So before, on a scale of 1 to 10, not considering the last 30 days, how big of a deal was the stock really? Was it huge or as a part of the decision or just another piece of the puzzle that just made sense? Versus how do you feel about it today?
Yeah. Well, for me, it was just another value that I wasn't getting where I was.
Right.
I wish I would have been. But the fact is I wasn't. And if I would have been, I think financially I would have been a lot stronger right now because I know that this company, I really believe eXp is really going to grow. Its trajectory right now is outstanding. It's starting to. What'd you say? They're announcing 6 more countries here in 2020.
Yeah, before the end of this year, I think they had 5 scheduled for the third quarter and 3 more hopefully slated for so 8 new countries, which is mind-boggling to me to even think about that's where we're headed. But so yeah, the agent growth we're going to see is going to be astronomical. The crazy thing, when I joined, there was people. I remember the stock was at $3.61. And I went to to the event that I went to, and I talked to people, and they were like, "Yeah, man, when I joined, it was like 24 cents." I'm like, "Dang, are you kidding me? 24 cents?" And they're like, "I'm literally have more money than like I ever dreamed I would ever have." And I guarantee those same people never thought that they would see a day where eXp hit $30, right?
30 bucks.
Yeah, it's what last I looked at it was trading above $30.
See, I haven't even looked.
Yeah,
I mean,
and again, first of all, disclaimer: stocks go up, stocks go down. I'm not trying to predict what the stock's going to do. I am not an expert. So, but I can tell you that the very first stock that I got was $3.61. Today is worth $30+. That is. I don't know if that's, we're at 30,000 agents. What is it going to be worth? I don't know. So at the end of my career, what I believe is that I just believe that at the end of every real estate agent's career, they will be happy that they have the stock. They're just giving it. It's a gift. It's a gift. You don't have to do anything special for it. It's a gift. And there's 5 different ways that you can actually earn stock in the company. Plus, you can purchase it at a discount with your commissions. Which one of the things you said, Brian, that I think is important. That my son, I had a conversation with my 22-year-old son yesterday. We're sitting at Riggs, my youngest son's rookie tackle football practice, and we're talking about my 15-year-old son. And my 15-year-old son is, he can teeter and go one direction or another. And Braden, who has had a few life experiences now at 22, and he's like, man, all that stuff you used to tell me all the time, all that stuff was true. It was all true. I didn't believe you, but I had to learn it the hard way. And we were talking about it, right? It's like, it's sometimes you got to learn things the hard way and you don't really listen. But one of the things that I hope everybody's listening to is like, we don't save enough for the future in our industry. Because of one of the good things about the business is that you can, like Scott was mentioning, you can invest $100 and make 10 grand. That's a pretty cool business that you can do that. So we tend to put money back into the business, and we think we're going to always, have enough money. At some point I'll get around to that, and it never really happens for most real estate agents. It just doesn't. And it
comes by quick.
It does go by quick. It goes by super fast, and I'm in year 23. So it's almost like you blink and it's like, holy cow, man, that's a quarter century just went by, and I'm either you either are aware or you're not aware. If you're not aware, you need to get aware that you're on track to have the ability to stop doing this at the pace that you're currently doing it at, and that's the thing that I'm grateful and honored to be in business with you guys and to be at eXp and to be helping other people find this opportunity. Go ahead, Scott.
I just want to add one thing, Jay. It's like here's the thing, and a lot of people have to look at it this way, and it's probably the biggest concept that is so simple. We're all in real estate. We're doing real estate. Real estate's not going away. We're still going to do it. So I mean, why not have a model that just protects you and highlights you and gives you every friggin' advantage that we can get? Why not?
Right.
We're still in real estate, so
right. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a reason, Jay. There's a reason why this stock is going through the roof. I mean, we're in an economic almost shutdown with this pandemic, and this stock is going through the roof, and the company is growing.
Right.
When traditionally real estate brokerages they're actually not growing.
Right.
And when I met the founder, Glenn Sanford, at the conference, and the officers of the company, the CEO and the directors, I understood why. This company has solid leadership. This company, the founder of this company is a genius, where he put this model together. It's the model that's growing the company. All the agents that are coming on board, and they're not just big producers. There's a lot of big producers coming because of the pay structure and the fact that you get all the perks and the value from your revenue share and from the as we talked about, you get your cap back, but also the new guys, because there's so much training. And like Scott said, the fact that you don't have to dish out all that money for marketing and for coaching. I mean, I was spending $1,300 a month on coaching. Now I got all the coaching resources from you. Thank you very much.
Happy to do it.
And it's the best, and it's free. So,
hey, just a quick shout out for the Canadian side here, the admin. People like Parm, Willie, they do an exceptional job over here. So that's definitely one thing impressed. Especially same on the US side too. I know you guys stepped in and helped us out on a couple things. So we're just
I was a little worried about that, to be honest.
That's a great point.
Because yeah, this cloud-based thing, and I mean, hey, I'm an old school guy. When I started, we had a 2-page offer. Okay, there wasn't a lot of technology there. We had a catalog, once a month, and it's changed so much. And I thought, okay, how am I going to get used to all this technology and this on cloud-based stuff? But it's a bit of a learning curve. I'm not going to deny that, because there's a lot of stuff there that's available to us. But when you get it, like, I can track everything on my eXp Enterprise. I can see how my deals are going, how many closed deals, what's coming up, how much money is coming in, what I've earned, how many transactions I've done, how much revenue share. I can track all that. That's all free included. I never had none of that.
Right. It's like having your own personal CFO.
Yeah, like it's all there, right? And then workplace, Facebook work. I love it because there's so much interaction going on with everybody in the company, and you got all kinds of marketing ideas, and it's really cool. I really enjoy it.
That's probably the number one. I think that's probably the number one most misunderstood thing about eXp with people that decide to join is what they're going to experience in terms of collaboration with everyone in the company. It's a big deal. And workplace is amazing. I mean, it's amazing. Super easy to get answers to questions, communicate with people, see what's working. Everybody's sharing because we all want to see everyone succeed because we all have stock in the company. It's just a really, everything about it is just amazing. So yeah, very good points for sure. And I appreciate everybody hanging in there and listening in. And if you're like us, you're probably excited now and you're probably going to watch a whole bunch more videos. So, definitely reach out to one of these guys, Brian, Scott, and have a conversation. That's the best thing you could do. They'll help you with their next steps if you're interested. So, guys, it's been a pleasure. We'll sign off here, and you guys need anything from me, always just reach out. Let me know, man. I'm always happy to help.
Well, yeah, you are, and we sure appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Jim.
You got it. Yep. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.